How structuralism as a way of approaching texts and practices.
Structuralism is a philosophy and method that developed from insights in the field of linguistics in the mid 20th century to study the underlying patterns of social life. In literacy theory, structuralist criticism relates literary text to a larger structure, which may be a particular genre, a range of intertextual connections, a model of a universal narrative structure, or a system of recurrent patterns or motifs. Structuralism is less popular today than other approaches, such as post-structuralism and deconstruction. Structuralism has often been criticized for being ahistorical and for favoring deterministic structural forces over the ability of people to act.
Structuralism.
What if we could analyze a poem the same way we can analyze a chemical compound in a test tube? You know, break it down to small little components and examine its part and see how those parts fit together. This, in fact, is exactly structuralism is all about. Structuralist theorists are interested in identifying and analyzing the structures that underline or cultural phenomena. Structuralists get the notion that everything could be analyzed in terms of a deep structure from the linguist named Ferdinand de Saussure. He came up with this idea that language is a science system made of a changing patterns and rules. Structuralists who were influenced by Saussure took the structure idea even deeper. If underlying govern language, doesn't that mean that underlying patterns or structure shape all human experience? And because structuralism emerged from linguistics, theorists from different schools makes a big deal about language. But what really is language in any way? Structuralists defined language super broadly. In short, language is a thing we do when we open our mouth and put some words together in a sentence. But for structuralists, language can be any form of signaling, not just speech and words, but anything involves communication. For example, red, yellow, and green traffic lights.
Structuralism.
Structuralism assumes that all human social activities, the clothes we choose, the books we write, the cultural rituals we practice, constitute the language and that their regularities can be, therefore, defined by the abstract set of underlying rules. For instance, the psychoanalysis of drug Lacan asserted that the unconscious was structured like a language. And the Michael Foucault's early writing characterized knowledge as what can be spoken of in a discursive practice. Therefore, structuralism is the notion that language does not reflect record the word, rather than it shapes it, so that we see what we see.